This is arenthaergald, and it's time for the Stonetree Afternoon News Dispatch. The Council of Stonetree has announced plans to regulate the use and ownership of Vorpal swords. Swords enchanted with the ability to instantly remove limbs and extremities with even the tiniest cut. Here's Councillor Robold on why.
The simple fact of the matter is, a Vorpal blade is dangerous to everyone around it, including the so-called wielder, who frequently overestimates the power needed for a swing and accidentally comes around and cuts his own head off. To be frank, there are currently only 3 known Vorpal swords in Stonetree, and this year alone, 32 people have had to have limbs reattached, and 7 people have needed to be resurrected after having their heads inadvertently removed. We are trying to mitigate some of that.
The proposal would require special storage and anti-magic scabbards for Vorpal swords, as well as a permit to wield, and even then it would be restricted to specific uses, for example, Jabberwock hunting. The Temple of Stalnvor is conducting an awareness campaign that they call Resurrection, the Healing of Last Resort. Here's Gilroy, Cleric of Stalnvor, to tell us a little bit about it.
Sometimes people say things to clerics like, "Why should I be safe? If I'm hurt or killed, I can just be resurrected at the temple," and use that to justify very reckless behavior. While it is true that we offer healing and resurrection, it is best not to ever need them. Resurrection is not a fun process. Imagine, if you will, the numb, tingly feeling of falling asleep on your arm and the stinging sensation as it starts to wake up. Now imagine that feeling across your entire body for about 3 days. Now imagine it across your soul. On top of that, not everyone can be resurrected, for reasons that we don't understand and Stalnvor will not explain. Resurrection is a wonderful miracle, but it is always best not to need it. Resurrection is the healing of last resort.
Remember, the intent of the campaign is to encourage you not to need resurrection. But if you or someone you know does need resurrection, it is available at the Temple of Stalnvor. Many local adventurers have reported experiencing the same unsettling dream that seems to contain a challenge from a dark wizard. As I myself am a former adventurer of some small renown, I too had the dream, which I will recreate for you in audio. The dream begins. You stand on a ravaged field. Small fires burn in several places nearby. The sky is painted in bloody black and reds from the fires and the smoke. In the distance, you can hear the roaring of monsters. You turn around and you can see a tall, black tower, whose upper windows are filled with an unholy light. Now, you are inside the tower, and through the window you can see the true extent of the destruction in the surrounding countryside. Inside the tower, you hear a cackle behind you, and spin around to confront the being you know is responsible for the vision.
A terrible sight, isn't it? Oh, if only someone could stop this horrible fate from occurring. Well, you can have a go if you think you're hard enough. I'm throwing down the gauntlet, and I want adventurers to take up the challenge. I want you all to come here and try and kill me. I want you all to die trying to stop me from laying waste to the countryside. Come and see if you can meet the challenge of the Dark Wizard, Zambriar!
As the crazed mage's mad, drooling visage fades, you see in quick succession several images, which seem to be clues about how to find the lair of Zambriar. A dragon's wing, an owl's eye, an ox's horns, and a fish's scales. And then the dream ends. Several notable adventurers have already announced plans to undertake the quest of Zambriar, including Theobor Bloodaxe, halfling barbarian. Here's what he had to say.
Who does this wizard think he is, invading dreams and issuing challenges? I'm gonna teach him some manners, or chop his head off. I'm not particular about which one it is.
KSTB is required to remind everyone that this quest is probably quite difficult and dangerous, and you should not attempt it if you have not had the dream. KSTB is not responsible if you get killed trying to fight a wizard orders of magnitude more powerful than yourself. That's it for the Stonetree Afternoon News Dispatch. Now over to Finola Vance for the weather.
It's time to divine the weather for the next week, using a reliable method devised by the ancients. I've got a dartboard that I've arranged all the different types of weather on, and I've got darts labeled with the days of the week. I'm going to put on this blindfold and give them a toss. Oops. At least that one's stuck in the board, I think. Shoot. Arenthaer's going to be annoyed. Let's see. So, Wednesday landed in the kettle. It's going to be cloudy and rainy on Wednesday. Thursday, we hit the partly cloudy square. And Friday broke the window. So it will probably be clear and windy. That's your weather from Finola Vance, meteor astrologer, and the Kingdom of Stonetree Broadcasting.